So you got my text about needing a bit of backup for a bullying situation? I probably should have been more specific, but I honestly wasn't totally sure you'd believe me if I explained it over the phone. Mm, You see this candle here? 3 hours ago, I lit it while working on a focus spell. Just super simple stuff. Just wanted something to help me concentrate during those late night study sessions. And I mixed in some rosemary, a touch of lavender, whispered a few words I found in this old book my grandmother left me. And the concentration part worked. It worked amazingly, actually. I got through 2 chapters of that finance book without my mind wandering once. But then it came time to try to blow the candle out before bed, and it's still burning perfectly. I've tried everything to like I feel like I blowed until I got dizzy. Tried to like squeeze the wick and covering with a glass. So after you came running when I accidentally almost burnt something last month, I thought that I might be able to count on you here to help me out. Oh, I don't know. I just last time when you ran over, you just sat in my doorway and looked at all the chaos, and you just asked if I needed help cleaning up. And and you opened every window while I explained how it's a simple blessing had turned into something resembling a small fire tornado. And I don't know. I don't have a ton of people like that. Reliable ones who will have my back in a fiery emergency and actually know how to handle it. So here you are again, and thank you for um running over again when I call. Because like what struck me last time was that I don't know, other people definitely would have called me reckless or suggested I stick to regular candles, but just kind of rolled with it and asked questions about what I was trying to accomplish, helped me figure out where things went sideways. And tonight just feels very similar. I text you about a stubborn candle, and here you are. No eye rolling, no lectures about fire safety. Just curiosity about what kind of trouble I've gotten myself into this time. I don't know. It's almost like you become my go-to person for these situations. Not because you know anything about magic, but because you make even the weirdest, biggest seeming problems seem manageable. Like we're solving a puzzle together instead of creating this utter chaos. Oh, I, I keep doing this, and I have no idea what it will become in the future, but I do appreciate that you've kind of become that person for me. I hope it's not too big of a bother for you. There's something else that I noticed while watching this plane that just refuses to die. I let it thinking about focus and clarity and seeing things more clearly and sitting here with you now. I'm just starting to wonder if it's doing exactly what it was meant to do. Looking at you right now in this tiny flickering light, I feel like I'm seeing things pretty clearly. I feel like you never made me feel silly for trying things that don't work out perfectly, and you lean forward when I'm explaining these magical experiments like you're actually interested in whether they succeed or not. Mhm. When they inevitably go sideways, you don't distance yourself. You don't even hesitate. You just run towards me and start brainstorming solutions or stay with me while we figure out what went wrong or where my fire extinguisher went. Like even now I feel like you could have suggested just calling somebody more um knowledgeable on all things supernatural and spellcraft, but instead you're sitting here asking me questions and listening to me ramble about what it went into this. um, it's just meant a lot to me. This is not my forte, but it's something that I appreciate doing. I really do enjoy these spells of mine. They make me happy, and I don't know. You've never made me feel bad for that. I don't know. Maybe the real magic isn't in these spells and potions. That sounds corny, but maybe it's in finding people who don't just tolerate your experience, but who find them endearing. Finding people who show up when you need them, even if you can't explain exactly why you need them. This candle was supposed to help me focus on what mattered, and sitting here with you, watching it refuse to go out, I think it's doing exactly that. Showing me that what matters isn't my magic working perfectly, it's that I have someone to call when it isn't perfect. So, would you like to help me wait this out? I feel weird leaving it and going to bed, but I get so bored. I will buy you takeout if you're down. Maybe given enough time, I'll finally be able to talk to you about some other things I've been thinking about lately. If it's too much, you don't have to stay. Please don't feel obligated to stay, but I would really appreciate it if you did. Besides, if we're going to be here for a little while anyway, making sure my house doesn't burn down in my sleep, I would much rather spend it with someone who makes magical disasters feel like the best kind of adventure. Even if that adventure is just sitting together and watching a candle that isn't currently abiding by any kind of candle law. But at least this time we know it's probably not going to set off any smoke alarms. It hasn't so far, and it hasn't even been generating very much in the way of smoke, so. And so far it has not gone up in any sort of fiery tornadoes. So ideally, we won't need to even look for fire. Ideally, we won't even have to look for any kind of fire extinguisher. And if we do, I'll find it. Deal? Yeah? Okay, cool. What do you want to eat? I'll go order it.